Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We can begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning. I'm Kenya McDuffie, Councilmember for Ward 5 and Chair of the Council's Committee on Business and Economic Development. Today is Wednesday, April 20th, 2022, and we're convening this additional meeting of the committee virtually via Zoom. We're also streaming live on YouTube. The time is 9:02 a.m. and I'm calling to order this additional meeting. For the record, I'd like to note that we have a quorum consisting of all the members of the committee, including myself, Ward 2 Councilmember Brooke Pinto, Ward 3 Councilmember Mary Che, Ward 6 Councilmember Charles Allen, and Ward 7 Councilmember Vincent Gray. Today, the committee will consider and vote on the following measures: Bill 24-453, the Affordable Housing Opportunities, Inc. Tax Abatement Act of 2022, Bill 24-579, the 955th Street Northeast, and 2327 through 2341 Skyland Territory Tax Exemption Extension Act of 2022, Proposed Resolution 24-616, the Howard University Dormitory Revenue Refunding Bonds Project Approval Resolution of 2022, and Bill 24-643, the East Capitol Gateway Eminent Domain Authority Act of 2022. Bill 24-453, the Affordable Housing Opportunities, Inc. Tax Abatement Act of 2022 was introduced on October 18th, 2021 by Councilmember Vincent Gray, along with Councilmembers Pinto, Bond, Silverman, and Robert White. As introduced, the measure would exempt and forgive property recordation and transfer tax center, property owned by Bennett Healthcare LLC and Bennett Programs LLC, which are controlled by Affordable Housing Opportunities, Inc. The Conway Center is located at 4414 through 4430 Benham Road Northeast, and the specific square and lot information is detailed in the measure. It's 800 in square 5984, lot 916 in square 5730, and lots 2003 and 2004 in square 5139. The AHO, which is the Affordable Housing Opportunities for short, is a District of Columbia nonprofit organization wholly controlled by So Others Mighty, Inc. The committee held a public hearing on the bill on February 22nd, 2022, and Housing Opportunities representative requested that the abatement also apply to lot 2005. The property houses Sums Behavioral Health Care Services administrative space. Also at the hearing, the OCFO's representative asked that technical changes be made to the bill to cover non-exempt retired tax lots associated with lot 2005. The OCFO's tax abatement financial analysis determined that the tax relief proposed in the bill is financially necessary and Housing Opportunities cannot reasonably meet their fiscal needs and sustain vital programming without a prospective and retroactive tax exemption. The bill's proposed tax relief is valued at $2.4 million through the 4-year financial plan, and a sum or its affiliate, Housing Opportunities, continues to own the parcels. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I move the draft committee report in print with leave for staff to make technical and editorial and conforming changes. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it unanimously. The measure is approved. Bill 24-579, the 955th Street Northeast and 2327 through 2341 Skyland Terrace Southeast DC Habitat Real Property Tax Exemption Extension of 2022 was introduced on December 21st, 2021 by Councilmember Bonds along with Councilmembers Henderson and Che. As introduced, the measure would provide an extension of the real property tax exemption of interest, penalties, and fees for 2 properties owned by Habitat for Humanity of Washington, D.C. The properties are located at 955th Street Northeast in Deanwood and at 2327 through 2341 Skyland Terrace Southeast in the community. DC Habitat plans to build 8 for sale single-family homes at the Skyland Terrace site and Ward 8 for households who earn on average 60% of median family income. DC Habitat also plans to build 17 new townhomes at the Deanwood property in Ward 7 at the same affordability thresholds. DC Habitat previously received a property tax exemption to reduce costs for the Skyland site between fiscal year 18 through 21. 18 and 21. However, due to the home buyer difficulties because of the COVID-19 pandemic and the evolving nature of the new market tax credit financing, construction has been delayed. And the new market tax credit financing construction at the Deanwood site is contingent on the sale of 8 units of Skyland Terrace. As a result, neither project can proceed absent this abatement. The committee held a hearing on the bill on February 22nd of this year, at which point DC Habitat's executive director testified in support, as well as the OCFO provided its recommendations. The Office of the Chief Financial Officer determined that the proposed exemption of real property taxes for Habitat is financially necessary for the project to proceed as planned, with the townhomes to meet their below market sale price target. The CFO also asked that the bill be amended to clarify that all 25 homes shall be sold to homeowners who on average earn 6% of the MFI. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I move the draft committee report in print with leave for staff to make technical, editorial, and conforming changes. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it unanimously, and the measure is approved. Proposed resolution 24-616, the Howard University Dormitory Revenue Refunding Bonds Project Approved Resolution 2022, was introduced by Chairman Middleton on March 2nd, 2022 at the request of the mayor, and would authorize and provide for the issuance, sale, and delivery of District of Columbia revenue refunding bonds in aggregate principal amount not to exceed $110 million. The bonds proceeds would assist Provident Group, Howard University Properties, LLC, in the financing, refinancing, and reimbursing of costs associated with the construction of 2 student residence facilities on the campus of Howard University. This project is part of the Howard University's 2020 Campus Master Plan and provides approximately 700 suite-style residential units, which contain approximately 1,360 beds for Howard students. Because this is a district revenue bond, there's no recourse to the district. The applicant is responsible for repaying the bond proceeds. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I move the draft committee report in print with leave for staff to make technical, editorial, and conforming changes. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it unanimously, and the measure is approved. Bill 24-643, the East Capitol Gateway Eminent Domain Authority Act of 2022 was introduced by Chairman Middleton at the request of the mayor, and would authorize the mayor to use eminent domain to acquire the East Capitol Gateway site located at the intersection of East Capitol Street and 58th Street, Northeast in Washington, D.C. And I believe it's actually on the southeast side. I would like to acknowledge a consensus about some of the facts around this project. There's been historical dirt to retail establishments, especially grocery stores and other healthy food options east of the Anacostia River in Ward 7 and 8. The result has been an over-reliance on the corner stores and fast food facilities that do not always offer the least expensive, good quality household supplies, nor the healthiest meals for families. The bill, with this bill, the mayor is proposing to acquire this project site through eminent domain and later repositioning it such that the full-service grocery store anchor the site. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I move the draft committee report in print with leave for staff to make technical, editorial, and conforming changes. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Mr. Gray, you are unmuted now, and I should have turned to you, even though I didn't hear you say you wanted to have any discussion. Let me just give you an opportunity. Did you unmute yourself? Would you like to make a brief statement?
Yeah, let me unmute myself.
Yeah, please. Ward 7 Councilmember Benson Gray.
Thank you, Councilmember McDuffie. Thank you so much for hosting us here today. And I want to thank my colleagues for joining us today. And we're all here, looks like. So I just wanted to join in with the group and just say that I'm glad to be here and glad to be able to join in the in the effort. So go right ahead.
Thank you so much. I know how important this last item is for you and the residents of Ward 7. Any further discussion? And none, I move the draft committee report. And Councilmember Che, I'm sorry.
No.
Okay. I move the draft in print with leave for
I have
staff.
nothing to say.
I move the draft committee report in print with leave for staff to make technical, editorial, and conforming changes. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it unanimously and the measure is approved. I just want to remind my colleagues that the committee will next convene at 11:30 a.m. To consider and vote on the committee's report and recommendations on the fiscal year 2023 budget for agencies within its purview. That is 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. Let's be clear.
Thank you,
It's not
Dad.
my statement, but it's tomorrow. The time
I
is
had a
now.
heart
Okay, wait,
palpitation there for a second.
before you
Yeah.
end, I might as well take this opportunity to say, and my markup will be at 12:30 tomorrow, following Councilmember McDuffie's. So,
Excellent. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. I appreciate you all being here today. The time is now 9:14 a.m. and this meeting of the committee is adjourned. Thank you all. Thank you, staff.
Thank you very much, Councilmember McDuffie.